know anybody, I don't know what to see there, but I see your ads and I'm going. Bumili na daw siya ng ticket. So, meron pa ho bang follow-up dun sa Wow Philippines ads ninyo?
During the time of Jimenez last 5 years ago, it's now it's more fun in the Philippines.
Oh,
Yun
it's
na
more
yung
fun.
ads.
Yeah,
So, it's
okay.
more fun in the Philippines. So tuloy pa rin yan, ginagamit pa rin namin. Yun lang nadagdagan namin ng additional is when you with Filipinos, you with family. Yun yung bagong
okay.
kuha natin. But still, it's still more fun in the Philippines.
Alam mo, maganda ang advertisements natin kasi everybody's saying na magaganda ang beaches natin. So, other than the beaches, for those who are not into, you know, the sun-drenched beaches, ano ho ang magagandang mga tourist attractions ngayon sa Philippines?
Madami tayo like vegan. There's vegan, yung is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And dami, there's of course Banaue, there's Bohol. If you want there's of course Davao. So we're promoting many destinations kasi ngayon hindi lang tayo nakatutok ng like before, like it's only Manila, Cebu, Palawan. So now we're looking at other destinations na hindi masyado na promote like Davao, General Santos, Cagayan de Oro, Siargao. So yun yung mga lugar na Siquijor na tinututukan namin, dinidevelop din namin. So we're, of course we're into sports tourism. Meron din tayong cruise tourism, faith tourism, ecotourism.
Wow.
Yeah. There's such thing as a winter escapade. Perhaps the ambassador, our honorable ambassador, also would answer this. Is this a winter escapade program? I think for the past 3 or 4 years, it has been going on, and I think you're gonna have also the 2018 winter escapade. Who is what department of the government is engaged in this? Is it the Department of Tourism, the Tourism Promotion Board, or the ambassador to the Philippines?
Thank you for that question. We are now on our 5th winter escapade. This year, that winter escapade 4, we went to Coron and to Ilocos. But in 2018, winter escapade 5 will be going to Negros Occidental and to Davao. This will be from February 3 to February 11. The Philippine Foreign Service posts in Canada are actively promoting this, and with the partnership and with the Department of Tourism, Secretary Beo will be our important partner here, and of course the local governments that are involved.
Okay, good. Would you at liberty to mention some prices or fees, something like that?
Can I request our Deputy Consul General?
Sir, it's somewhere around 1,400
Canadian?
Canadian, and that is package in the Philippines. That does not include domestic airfare to Bacolod and to Davao. If you factor those in, it will come to about 1,900 Canadian dollars. So, aside from that, the interested members of the delegation will take care of their Toronto, Manila, Toronto, in case of our site international airfare. So the package is only for domestic as well as for all the other arrangements in the Philippines. But if we may inform you right now, we've already received 14 as of yesterday.
14
paid. And this is still in February 2018. Ganun po sila ka-excited mag-participate.
And you're expecting more enrollees in the program, in the escapade program. Yes, Mrs. Ambassador.
I'd also like to state that included din ho doon yung most of the meals, most of the tour, the guided tours inside Negros, and of course in Davao. Everybody wants to see Davao. It's based on the survey that was conducted in the last winter escapade. Our participants really want to go to Davao.
Okay,
So,
that's nice.
kasama ho doon, of course, the beaches, the culinary, mga food, and you will see the eagle. in Davao.
Maigan ba doon? Oh, that's
You
nice.
can tell us about Davao.
Yeah.
She's from there.
No, going back to the tourism, no, dun sa Davao is part of Mindanao. And you were saying that nagde-develop po kayo dun sa mga Surigao. Kumusta naman ho ang security? Yung, hindi ba, marami hong nangyayari sa Mindanao area na hindi maganda? Yun ang nababasa namin dito sa news dito.
Actually, ang Mindanao now is safe. In fact, in Davao, when martial law was issued, zero ang crime rate. It has gone down. And there was one even tourist who went to Cagayan de Oro, and he said, "We're not afraid of martial law, but we're afraid of ISIS." So it's safe in Mindanao. According to the president, he said, if you are a criminal, don't go to the Philippines because you're going to die. But it's safe in the Philippines. The rate has gone down. Before, di ba, marami, every time you read, ako noon, when I was still in the private sector, every time I open the TV, nakikita ko, may ni-rape, pinatay. That was always the news. Now, you don't see that. You don't see that in the news.
So this is a safety and security program the government is all over the Philippines,
All
not
over
only in Marawi or in Mindanao.
It's all over the Philippines.
Okay, so that is to attract tourists. Mabagit ko po, yung ating slogan ngayon is more fun in the Philippines or have more fun in the Philippines. Last year, I believe you mentioned something about changing or modifying the slogan. Are you still in it or?
We're not changing the slogan.
Okay.
Before, I was thinking of changing it, honestly. Then, when I was in London, I met the UNWTO Secretary General. I said, and he asked me, Secretary, are you going to change the slogan? I said, probably. He said, no, don't change the slogan. Just add, because you Filipinos are different. You focus on the traits of the Filipino people. Kaya nagdagdag na kami, when you with families, when you're Filipinos, you with family. So it's still there. The slogan is that we still use that probably until the end of my term. It's more fun in the Philippines.
Okay.
I totally believe that. Alam niyo, I must tell you, tourism has a special place in my heart. I work in tourism from 1965 to
Tagal na yan, May.
1974. Yeah, yung panahon, ano pa ho noon, Board of Tourism pa,
Okay.
during that
okay.
time.
Ako naman ho, pal ako. Ay, mapal.
Nagliligawan pa kayo, kamo?
Talapas ba?
Okay. Para maliwanag.
So, babalikan ho natin ang ating mga VIPs, pero ngayon, patalastas ho muna.
Hanap buhay mo na po.
Kumusta kabayan? Ito si Rafael Neves, General Manager ng Action Honda. Para makatipid, mapabilis, pagbili ng Honda sasakyan, kami laging may paraan. Laging may sales events at promotion, tama sa iyong kakayahan. Please call us at 416-281-1234, 416-281-1234. Bibili ka o hindi, it's always my pleasure to talk to kababayan. Mabuhay!
ipadala ang ating cargo. Serbisyo ay hindi nagbago. Ang yumak ay totoo. Saan pa man ang iyong pamilya, ang yumak ay mayroong serbisyo. Kahon ninyo'y walang peligro. Darating maayos at magaling.
All right. This is Tony San Juan, and some political commentary happening in the Philippines, only in the Philippines, not in Canada. I believe it's the development of certain news in the Philippines are not alarming. It's still good. And the Filipino-Canadian community is listening to that and reacting in some ways. One of them is that, the verbal tussle between the outgoing Bureau of Customs Commissioner or Director Pildon versus the Senator Pampilo Lacson about smuggling in the customs, as well as the son of Senator Lacson apparently being or allegedly being involved in such smuggling, and it's just a war of words. I hope they will settle this, this conflict between the senator and Paldon. Also, hindi naman chismis ito, the Comelec Commissioner Andy Andres Bautista is being asked by the group of commissioners to take a leave or quit totally because of the apparent, shall we say, unexplained wealth. How true is that? We don't know, because the wife apparently was engaged in, bringing this out to the press. And of course, the Commission of Human Rights said that the campaign to have drug testing in Quezon City, the areas in some Islam areas in the Philippines, is against the law. That's what the CHR, or the Commission of Human Rights. Of course, they are there to, shall we say, to protect the human rights of certain people. And then going back to the Senate, they are into proposals of legislating certain reform, which will include the postponement of the barangay and Sangguniang Bayan elections in the Philippines, which will come up in October 2018. So probably, if this is the case, there will be a holdover of positions in the barangay structure in the Philippines. Of course, we have the 6 million budget of the Office of the President, which has been approved by the Congress in 2 minutes' time. So it's a record time, and I'm happy about that, because that 6 million budget will be included in the trillion budget of the government. I hope they could use this, progressively in terms of development and the Philippines. Now, the netizens also took to Twitter to demand the removal of the Assistant Secretary of PCCO. In Twitter language, do you like the Mocha Uson? Is it, am I correct? Uson or Mocha Uson to at least quit because of some fumble or error in, I don't know what, but that's only the report in the Philippines. So, yun lang po ang aking komentaryo, and perhaps you may react to the reports or news, I don't know.
Meron ba kong idadagdag na news from the Philippines?
Okay.
Any,
of course, the Philippine ambassador is perhaps getting into the news on minute basis. So,
can I just take this opportunity
go ahead.
to encourage the Filipinos overseas to register to vote for the overseas voting, kasi nabanggit ninyo yung elections.
Yeah.
Hindi mo maapektuhan yung ating overseas voting. Our deadline for registration is September 2018, and this is for the midterm elections 2019. So please register to vote. Napakahalaga ho ng inyong votes, no? It will be your contribution towards determining the fate of our country.
Yeah. What's your hold on. Follow up to that? Ano bang record ng absentee voting dito sa Canada? Ang kuwan ko is it increasing exponentially or it's still steady, just a little bit increase? Kasi nakikita natin sa pagboboto mga ilang libo lamang. So there are some Filipino Canadians who are not into actually aggressively into the dual citizenship that they are allowed to vote.
Magkaano ho yun? Magkasama ho
Yeah.
yung dual citizenship tsaka absentee voting.
Yes.
I can say that the registration we are actually increasing, no? As to whether they will vote in 2019, that time will tell. But in the last elections, maganda din ho yung voting. Well, a lot of Filipinos voted, and as you know, 70% of the Filipinos voted for President Duterte here in Canada. And I would like to say that Vancouver, our post in Vancouver, I think was top 10 consistently.
British
Columbia.
That's against Toronto?
Toronto is actually in the Talakayan lang. I think you were also in the top 10, no, last year.
Okay.
In the last election.
Kasi kami ni Jess, at kasi may tumatanggap tayo ng kwan, di ba? Yung package from the COMELEC in the Philippines.
Kasi dual citizen na tayo.
Oo, pero binubuksan ko, wala yatang envelope No, bibiro lang po. I'm just kidding. Let's... Kaya nga, I'm just kidding.
Tony,
sige.
You mentioned na ang deadline ho is September
30, 2018. Yung deadline for registration. No? Napakahalaga ho ng 2019 elections. Hindi maapektuhan yung overseas voting nung pag-postpone ng local elections, kasi national positions lang ho ang
we are not allowed to vote locally for local candidates. That's
so
correct.
In 2019 it will be for the senators.
So
and the party list.
yung kung kunyari mag-dual citizen ngayon, pwede pa ho mag-register.
Yes.
So I think the campaign would be on getting Filipinos to go for dual citizenship.
Yes.
Am I looking at the right person?
Dalawang ito.
Yeah. Kaya
po
biro
sa
nyo,
Toronto.
dito rin sa amin sa Talakayan, kinakampaign din namin ang dual citizenship. Oo.
Tita May, babalikan ko na sila next week with the forms.
Ayan!
Yeah, that's good.
Wala na kayo. Wala nun.
Ano?
Ang pagpa-register ba is the registration automatic or we have to apply for it?
There is a registration form, and we are always online with COMELEC Manila. So we check there whether or not in the past you have registered. So it will bring out your previous records, and if in the past you were an overseas voter and you did not vote for 2 consecutive election periods, ang tawag po doon reactivation, i-reactivate lang natin. So that is easier for you to register.
Pero palagay ko ang tanong ni Jess is, kung mag-dual citizenship ka, is it automatic na registered ka na?
No,
as a
ma'am,
voter?
because it's a different biometric capturing machine.
I see.
So
Okay.
on the day that the Consul General administers your oath and you become Filipino, you go straight away to another person in the consulate and we take your picture. You already have your records in COMELEC.
Importante yung fingerprints ni Jess Fingerprints. Kaya biometric yan.
Kakapain ko po kung meron pang
Yeah, Madam Ambassador would like to say something?
Yes, I just like
Estado yan. Dahil wala akong ginita sa Pilipinas.
The records.
Wala na ngayon yun.
Records daw, may criminal records, may women. Sorry.
Well, talking about the, I would like to go back to Ottawa lang. Mayroon akong question sa Ottawa ngayon. Meron po bang, is there any process that you are requesting all the Filipinos staying in Ottawa to register?
yes. Well, we are open, no? Anybody who can come in to apply for dual citizenship, automatically we invite them to register to vote. Okay.
No, even if you're just there as guests in Ottawa.
Yes.
You're supposed to go to the office and register
Yes,
yourself?
yes. We invite them to register to vote. And also, we have consular outreach. Malaki ho yung aming coverage ng Ottawa. No? We have the Quebec, we have the maritime provinces, and of course the northern the territory of Nunavut. So we conduct consular outreach there. Kasama ho yung overseas voting doon, registration. In fact, right now, meron ho kaming ongoing consular outreach sa Labrador, Newfoundland, sa New Brunswick, sa Halifax. Pinupuntahan ho ng aming team yon. While the numbers may not be so big, but the important thing is we reach out to them talaga so that they can register to vote. Of course, we also extend consular services like passport, legalization, and others.
Sino ang namamahala po sa Northwest Territory?
Sa Northwest
Sa
Territory,
yung Alberta.
that's under British Columbia.
Okay.
Yung ating consulate sa Vancouver.
Okay. And the Yukon also,
The Yukon,
because there are
yes.
3 territories in Canada. Yeah.
Yes, ang division ho, yung Vancouver ho will cover Yukon, Northwest Territory, and of course British Columbia, while our newly opened consulate in Calgary covers Saskatchewan. No? And
Is there a
Alberta.
fee for applying for dual citizenship or something?
Sir, it's $67.50 for Canadian dollars. So you bring it in cash to the embassy or the consulate. You bring a copy of your birth certificate, your old Philippine passport, your Canadian citizenship documents, and then your Canadian passport. And if you are married, female, marriage contract po. So maswerte po yung lalaki, -1 document.
Kung nawawala na po ang birth certificate dahil kamukha ng panahon ko, panahon ng gera.
Sir, usually merong local
hindi,
civil
tinat-
registrar copy. We accept that. But because this is work that is accepted by DFA on behalf of the Bureau of Immigration, we cannot submit to them what is incomplete. So everything must be complete. Also by virtue of the law, those requirements must be submitted.
O sige, babalikan ho natin si Secretary Teo, pero ngayon bits and issues muna. Nelson.
Yes, andito na po tayo sa bits and issues. It's August 26. Spring Aristocrat is opening soon. Call for your order of their adobo, menudo, goat, caldereta, chicken and pork lechon, and many others. Call 416-829-6595 or go to aristocrat2go@gmail.com for your order. Remember, Aristocrat is with K.
The Mabuhay Philippines Festival is going on today and tomorrow, August 26 and 27, at Nathan Phillips Square in celebration of the Philippines' 119th Independence Day and Canada's 150th Confederation Day. Now, punta ho kayo kasi masaya right now, this moment, hanggang mamayang gabi. Maganda ho mamayang gabi kasi meron yung fashion show at 7 o'clock.
Sa Sunday
Nathan-
yun? Sunday.
No, it's tonight.
Tonight ba?
Yes,
Okay.
fashion show, panuurin ho ninyo and encourage your neighbors, lalo na ho yung mga non-Filipinos. Tell them, tingnan ninyo ang culture ng Filipinos. So, imbitahin ho
Yeah,
natin sila.
pupunta yata ang ating ambassador at ating Secretary of Tourism doon
Yes.
as a guest. At ang akin naman pong business, the first Golden Balangay Awards or Balangay Awards will be held on September 9, 2017 from 1 to 8 p.m. at the BMO Institute for Learning on 3550 Pharmacy Avenue. Ticket details will be coming out soon.
Tickets are now on sale for the Markham Federation of Filipino Canadians presentation of A Taste of Broadway, featuring musical talents Alvin Alba, Michelangelo Masangkay, Jason Nunez, Hasmin Ragwal, Candy Santos, and our very own Karen Dunn, with special guests Jay Davis and Markham Mayor Frank Scarpetti. The show is on for 2 nights only at the Flato Markham Theater, October 7 and 8 at 7 p.m. Tickets can be purchased by calling the theater box office at 905-305-7469 or Esther Toribio at 647-556-0462. Ngayon ho, babalikan ho natin si Secretary Teo. Meron ho akong tanong. Ano ho ang mga plano ng Tourism Office, short range and long range, para i-promote ang Philippine tourism?
Right now, our focus is development of underdeveloped destinations sa Pilipinas. Kasi ang daming mga destinations na magaganda and yet hindi nabibigyan ng pansin. So, infrastructure ang focus namin, and also yung mga destinations, we give them trainings para yung when the tourist goes there, ready na yung community. So yun yung, and then we do promotions. Nakatuto ko ako, especially ako ngayon, I go out of the country just to tell them, because ang sinasabi nila is not safe in the Philippines. Ano mapuntan, if we go to the Philippines, ano makikita namin? Because every time I join the president on the trips abroad, they would always say, the interest is that we don't know how to go to the Philippines, hindi namin alam anong pupuntahan. So, yun po ang focus namin, promotions and developing the destination, yung mga underdeveloped destinations.
Ngayon ho, maganda na ang Philippines kasi what I've heard, we haven't been back to the Philippines for such a long time, pero yung mga highways daw, they're extending it para mas maganda ang biyahe going to all these other places.
Yes,
So,
inaayos.
ha?
Dagat, dinadaanan na.
Ikaw naman.
Yeah. Ang ibig niya sabihin, from Luzon, dire-diretso na sa Mindanao.
I
Pero
see.
sasakay ka pa rin ng ferry, di ba? Yung Roro.
Hindi kasi taga Quiapo lang yan.
Hanggang Quiapo lang ba siya? Kala ko, Quiapo nga ba? Sa Bisaya.
Kikinig kayo dyan sa mga yan. Hindi, kasi ang problema ho sa atin yung mga traffic, hindi ba? Kaya maganda ho sana kung extend na nila yung mga highways. Para yung, katulad yung sinabi nyo kanina, yung Lawag City, di ba? Marami kaming nadidinig na napakaganda nga daw ng Lawag. It's beautiful. Meron sila yung windmills.
Windmills, yes.
No?
It's not
So,
only in Lawag, it's the shores of
Yes.
There's
Ilocos.
already, ma'am, a pathway na papasok from a certain port, tapos tutumbukin ang Lawag.
And I
okay.
also heard na meron hong special place ngayon na what they've done is kinuha nila yung mga lumang bahay. Pagkatapos, meron daw isa, ewan ko kung saan yon, tapos nilagay daw nila doon
Meron.
Oo.
I've not been there, but marami na nagsabi, it's nice. Yung mga lumang bahay nilipat nila.
Oo.
Meron.
Oo.
Yeah,
Yun
so-
ang
It's not
maganda.
vegan.
Oo.
Yung sa vegan naman, it's the old houses na hindi pwedeng galawin. So it's you have to preserve that. Ang ginawa ng TIESA, which is a attached agency of DOT, inayos yung kalsada. Kasi yung mga kalsada na, di ba, yung cobblestones pa. So ganun pa rin, preserve yan.
Oo. I remember noon kung nasa sa tourism ako nagtatrabaho, meron ho kaming farm tour.
Meron.
Oo.
Yeah, we do that.
Bago
After
yung
na.
bus namin noon, air condition, kaya lahat kami enjoy kasi air condition yung Board of Tourism bus noon. Tapos pumupunta kami sa mga areas na yan para to help na i-promote yung tourism noon.
Baka yung
Pero-
labas yun.
Hindi. Talagang special.
Hindi, may
tourism
labas
bus.
ng panahon ni President Marcos.
Meron. We still do farm tours. In fact, iniimbita namin kayo. We'll be doing farm tours for media people, bloggers, and tour operators. Kasama na kayo doon. You can go to
Salamat
the
po.
Philippines for a farm tour.
Kanino? Hindi, yung kay Radyo Tours, kay Alex, kay...
I was wondering, I go to the Philippines almost every year, right? I was just there last February and March. My dilemma here is that I'm getting confused with so many places to go, right? When I go there, I said, I want to go there, here. But
Kulang oras.
at the end, I end up not going anywhere. Why? Because I get confused. Sa dami. Is there anything in the tourism office that will tell me what is available? So probably online, one stop, para at least makapunta naman ako kahit isa. Because 2 years ago I was in Lawag. I had a tour with some friends of mine. Yes, I know this. It's very nice.
Marami po tayong mga we have brochures na nasa mga tourism attaches offices. Meron kami market rep in each place. And we have also in the website, makikita po ninyo ano yung mga magagandang lugar na pwede puntahan sa Pilipinas.
Meron ho ba kayong mga local tours? Let's say, I stay in a hotel, no? Tapos pag magtanong ka, meron silang mga local
Sure.
tours.
Yes, meron.
Yeah?
All
Oo.
hotels, meron po.
All hotels. Oh, that's good. Oh.
Mm.
Magtanong
At saka,
Pero sa dami ng
Hindi.
tinatanong ko, nakaka-confuse eh.
kasi depende sa interest niya yan eh. Kung
Yeah.
ang kanya is sceneries or religious tour or something fiesta tours, marami sila.
Because
It's
in my
just
coming trip in February, I'll be back in the
Oh,
Philippines.
ano
again
bang
in
interest
February.
mo? May,
Ang unang tinatarget ko palagi, I want to go to Palawan.
oh, yun pala eh.
But then, I heard about Bohol. Then, I heard about Sagada. Right? So, sabi ko, which one?
Madaling
Kaya nga,
ano yun?
masyadong pihikan itong ating kumpanyero eh.
Marawin.
Dapat siguro, panahon na. Okay, just a question. Okay,
Sir, pwede pong mag-plug yung winter escapade po ulit. To start with, maybe you can visit Negros Occidental and Davao. So, you will not be confused because everything will be arranged for you.
Alam mo yung
And-
Davao, napuntahan ko lang hanggang airport eh. Napunta ko ng Jensen.
Hindi ka nagpunta
Yes,
litrato
tama.
na.
1980s pa.
Tama ang sabi ni Miss Bernadette. Sumama ka sa winter escapade.
Tas,
Okay?
tama-tama po sa
That's it.
time niya,
Yeah.
February. You will visit Luzon, which is Metro Manila, and you will visit Visayas, Bacolod, and you will visit Mindanao. So, if anybody asks you, you've been all over the Philippines.
ang unang tanong sa kanya, ano bang hilig mo?
Yeah, exactly.
Yan ang ano bang hilig mo? Kung bawal, medyo tabu or something, bulong mo na lang. Di ba?
Pagka pinapanood ko
Secretary?
sa TV, yung mga pagkain of different locations.
O yun.
Ganito na lang. We're inviting you, di ba? The invitation is there. We're doing a farm tour for the media people. So, kasama na po kayo doon.
Okay.
I see.
That's
Kailan mo
correct.
yun?
Our tourism attaché, si Ms. Susan, will coordinate with you on that.
Okay.
Meron baka nakaschedule na po yan.
Ay, nako, that's nice. Oo,
Okay.
maganda
So,
yun.
book na yung
Oo.
trip, May.
Pero kahit na sa if you go to the tourism office, I believe they would
They
also have
yeah,
information there, right?
Yeah.
That they can give out to people.
Yeah.
Doon pa rin ho ba, doon sa Agrifina pa ba ngayon? Is it still Agrifina Circle? Is that what you call
We
it? Doon
have
pa rin
a market rep dito sa Toronto.
dito. Pero ang office ho sa tourism sa Pilipinas, doon pa rin?
No, it's in Legazpi. Hindi na kami doon sa
Makati.
Calao, hindi na sa Makati na.
Oh, nice!
Tagal mo nang nawala, May.
So,
Yeah.
bisitahin po ninyo kami.
Oo, pero wala na akong kilala ron.
Yeah,
Po ako.
yeah. On serious note, Madam Secretary, we have been hearing about complaints from passengers all over the world. I believe in terms of passenger Bill of Rights, do you have such impact or application in the Philippines about passenger rights in terms of getting into the plane and then being, bounce or bump off?
Yeah. Yung mga airlines kasi, let's say, kasi nasa ticket nakalagay dyan yung mga entitlement ninyo. Let's say if you get bump off, automatic you have to be booked on the next flight. Ganun yan ang airline. If they bump you off, usually they give you a free ticket and then they book you on with accommodation and they book you on the next flight.
Okay.
Ganun po yan.
At kasama na rin ang hotel accommodation
Yes.
doon.
Toby,
Oh.
ano ka? You have an advantage.
Bakit?
Senior citizen.
Hindi lang yun, handicap.
Handicap siguro.
Lagi ka nasa una ng linya.
Anong retired citizen?
Ako na naman ang kinayang. Panahon niya,
Retired daw, sabi niya.
panahon,
Senior citizen.
panahon lang yan. Darating din kayo roon.
Ako, alam
Biro.
nyo, talagang, kailan tayo huling nagpunta sa Philippines? 2001, ano?
Oh, ang tagal na.
Tagal na. And that was the first since we came to Canada in 77. First time namin bumalik. And then since then,
Hindi,
hindi
every
na kami
year.
nakabalik.
Siya hindi.
Hindi. Kaya, parang yung nagsasabi ka ba na you want to go back and see. Pero alam niyo ho, merong nagsabi sa amin kasi when we went back to the Philippines, I wanted to go back to Pagsanghan. You know, the places that I've been to when I was young. And parang gusto ko makita Antipolo, you know, those places. Pero sabi nila na kung may huwag ka nang pumunta kasi you will be disappointed. It's not the same Pagsanghan that you've seen 40 years ago. Totoo ho ba yun?
Hindi naman na medyo may mga improvements na. So
Oh,
if you
improvements.
look at
It's
it
not,
before,
oo.
hindi na ganon. Siyempre
I
as
see.
years medyo in-improve na yan.
Oo.
So it's even mas maganda.
Mas
It's even
maganda na
better.
ngayon. Oo. Pero dinidevelop pa rin ho ng tourism yung mga old tourist sites
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a long time ago.
We're
Oh, that's
focused on
nice.
that.
Oo. Kasi hindi ko na alam yung mga bagong mga places ngayon. So,
Marami na.
Ano po, yung mga pagsanghan, yung pa rin ang nasa sa ulo
Marami
ko.
na pong pwedeng puntahan sa Pilipinas. Napakadami.
Ang hinahanap yata ni May, yung mga JD buses. Wala na doon. Wala na yun.
Noong araw kasi, ang puntahan hanggang part of Southern Luzon lamang, hanggang Laguna or Cavite or Batangas. Ngayon, umaabot na sa Mindanao.
Kilala pa ni May,
Oo.
Highway 54.
At umaabot na sa Batanes. Okay? Ano?
That's the truth. Kaya ang mga tao hindi nakakaintindi.
Oo.
Kasi hindi sila nagtatanong.
Alright.
Kaya hindi nila alam kung biro mo, ngayon ko lang natandaan na pwede kang pumunta from Manila to Mindanao.
By bus.
By bus.
Yeah.
Biro mo yun.
Hindi ba May, taga Cebu ka?
Oh.
Ay, siya
Oo.
hindi niya alam.
Ay, sinasakyan niya hanggang
Talisay lang
Mactan.
siya.
Wag na niyong
Tapos
sisihin si
magpe-ferry
May.
pa siya papuntang sa Cebu.
Wag na niyong sisihin si May.
Hindi. Pero hindi ho ba nakaka-deter ng tourism ang traffic sa atin?
Yun yung complaint, but then the fixing naman, si Secretary Tugade is doing something na maayos yung traffic natin. Yun ang problema. But lahat naman na siguro sa mundo, let's say
Yeah.
when you go to
Oo,
Bangkok,
totoo.
grabe din ang
Yes,
traffic.
oo.
You go to Indonesia, ganun din.
Oo.
So, yung mga turista, I think they get used to it kasi lahat naman ng lugar sa buong mundo it's always the traffic yun ang problema.
Yeah.
At saka
Okay.
ang maganda yata, ang mga tourist spots is outside Manila,
Yeah.
no? Di ba? Oo.
So, given the your program, the programs and the services of the Department of Tourism, is there any plans or something of a projection of tourist, of meeting tourist arrivals in the Philippines in terms of increasing it or something?
Marami kaming projects that will increase tourist arrivals. One is international events are being held in the Philippines now. In fact, yearly we have this surfing, yun sa Siargao, international surfing pati fishing. Tapos meron din tayong, of course, the Miss Universe, they would want it again in the Philippines. Meron tayong Sports Illustrated na magkakaroon sa Pilipinas sometimes this year. Tapos meron tayong Iron Man, then the Strongest Man next year, Iron Man next year.
Yeah.
So ang dami pong events na nangyayari. That's why I think because of that, ang dami pa rin tourist arrivals. In spite of the martial law, in spite of the Resorts World incident, the Panglao, mataas pa rin po ang tourist arrivals natin from January to May as compared to last year. So 12% pa rin po ang increase.
Ay, naku, that's
So
good to hear.
it's still we're
Yeah.
hoping that
Work in progress or something.
ma-meet
Yeah.
namin yung 7 million na tourist arrivals for this year.
Doon naman sa Philippine Embassy, ano pong focus ngayon ng Philippine Embassy in terms of, aside from the services that you provide?
Well, this is the 150th anniversary of the Confederation of Canada, and the Philippine Embassy will be opening a pavilion at the International Pavilion will be focusing on the Philippines. Ang theme ho natin, halo-halo, yung role ng Filipinos in the Canadian multi-fibers fabric society. And I'd like to mention that, of course, our partner here will again be the Department of Tourism. Will be helping us set up the booth there. It is from November 20 to December 8. Maganda hong tayo yung country of focus at that time. Meron din ho tayo, as you know, this is the 50th year of ASEAN. Noong August 1967, nagkaroon ng Bangkok Declaration which created ASEAN, the organization. And this year, the Philippines is the host of the ASEAN Summit, and we are the country coordinator for ASEAN-Canada Dialogue, which was established 40 years ago. So active ho yung ating engagement with Canada at this point. Yung other focus, of course, natin, alam natin na the Filipino community in Canada is one of the strongest influencers. We have about 660,000 Filipinos in Canada based on 2011 statistics. Hinihintay ho natin yung 2016 statistics, which will obviously show na much more. So, malakas ho ang engagement ng embassy with the Filipino community all over Canada.
That's right. Ano po ba ang Canada? Is it hard post or low?
Safe post.
Safe
Safe post. Or no post?
Hindi ko Wala akong ganung...
No, when I say that, kasi, di ba, pag sinabi mong hard post, mahirap ang patakbo ng gobyerno natin doon. Wala kang problema dito ron.
Wala akong ganung categories ang
yan ang last word ni Ma'am ngayon.
Bulong-bulungan lang yan.
Before we go to
Bulong-bulungan lang yan.
I just want to ask one more question.
We're at the point now where we are asking our guest now to please say whatever you can say as your last word.
Our focus is Canada. We would like to invite more Canadians to go to the Philippines, especially during winter time. In fact, we talked to Snowbird group. They said they would want to go to the Philippines, so we're doing a farm tour for them. Gusto po namin ang mga, especially the Filipino Canadians, to retrace your roots, go back to the Philippines. Iba na po ang Pilipinas, kaya napakaganda na.
Okay.
Si Ambassador naman, ano ho ang inyong masasabi sa ating mga listeners?
I would like to echo the words of the Secretary. It's a very good Philippines that we'll go home to. Kaya do join the Winter Escapade in 2018, February. You can sign up at the nearest foreign service post. It's good value for money. And again, I would like to repeat, please register to vote for the midterm elections. Ang deadline ho, September 2018.
Tanong lang, Ma'am, yung Miss Universe ba ngayon tuloy na?
Next year po. Kinausap niya kami this year, but sabi namin bago lang, probably next year.
So hindi mo na.
Hindi mo na kasi medyo magkalapit last January lang, and then they want it November. After what happened, gusto nila sa Pilipinas ibalik ko ulit. So we said probably next year.
Okay. Thank you.
Si Miss Bernadette po.
Amy Besa, famous Filipino chef based in New York and Manila, will come to Toronto October 2 and 3 at the George Brown
Community College.
Both are ticketed events, and all are invited. Also, our consular outreach missions this September. We are going to Winnipeg, Manitoba, 16 to 18 September. 23 to Windsor, and 24 in Leamington. October 14, Niagara-on-the-Lake. It looks like it's quite near, but it's servicing 12 municipalities. So we are going to visit also October 21 to 24 in Winnipeg. November in Winnipeg again. See you all there.
Okay. Ngayon naman ho, magpapaalam na ho ang aming staff. Pero Nelson?
Yeah, ang Toronto Syndicated Network ay nagpapasalamat sa mga nakikinig sa amin for the past 13 years. Kayo po ang nagsilbing inspirasyon ng Talakayan Radio Filipino.
Yan. Papaalam na tayo mula sa pinakabata.
Ito po si Tony San Juan at I hope na nasiyahan kayo sa aming talakayan ngayong araw na to, at maraming salamat sa ating mga guests today. But next week we will have another special guest in the person of Ms. Nora Hammer, the president of Mushroom Farm Incorporated. At tutukan po ninyo yun. Magdadala yatang maraming sample na organic mushrooms. Ano yun? Okay. Salamat po.
Yes, the Philippines is accessible to a couple of international airports like I think Manila, Cebu, Clark. Davao is now an international airport. So you can book your tickets through any of those airports. Maraming salamat po.
Bobby.
Ito po si Bobby nagpapasalamat at sa pakikinig ninyo dito sa amin. Sa Talakayan, sa susunod uli na Sabado, magkita-kita-kits po.
Ako naman ho si May, nagpapaalam na rin. And we'll see you on Saturday from 10 to 11. Pero gusto ko pasalamatan ng ating mga special guests. It's such an honor to have you, especially you, Secretary. We are really honored na naririto kayo sa amin sa Talakayan. And of course, Ambassador, I know you're here in Canada, pero sana naman ho, balik ho ulit kayo. Okay?
Malayo.
Hindi. Anytime na you're very welcome. Kung gusto ho ninyong mag-guest dito sa amin, just let us know whenever you're here in, if you have a special news coming up, lalo na ho, malapit na ho yung sinasabi nyong deadline, maybe you would like to talk about that on radio. So, when you're coming, just let us know kasi i-schedule ho namin kayo. Okay? And Miss Bernadette, I know you're always there. Kapitbahay lang namin kayo. So, we can always ask you to come in to be our guest. Right?
Thank you very much.
Ayan ho. Ako, thank you very much, ladies. At, teka muna. Teka muna, papaalamanin muna natin ang Chief of Staff ng Ottawa, si Mr. Fernandez. Chief. Ano nga ba yun?
Francisco Fernandez.
Yes, Deputy Chief of Mission. I'm sorry.
Salamat po, tita, sa mga lahat nakikinig. Lumapit lang po kayo sa konsulado o sa embahada kung meron kayong mga tanong, and we look forward to seeing you again. Visit the Philippines. Salamat po.
Ayan.
We'll do a special show on that. Tony, let's do one special show.
All right.
Just for that fair na yun.
Sure. I'll start the invite when I get home.
O sige, Mr. Cabrias,
Bago
paalam na lang
magpasalamat
kayo.
sa lahat na nakinig sa amin, hanggang sa susunod na Sabado, kami po ay namamaalam na anuman ang inyong ibig talakayin natin sa Sabado o ibig nyong balikatin namin, tumawag lang po kayo sa 416-441-2887 o mag-email po kayo sa jcabri2887@rogers.com. Salamat at magandang hapon po.
Thank you for listening to Talakayan.
The hours fade, the moments fly, and time never stands still. We now look into the pool of memories and pause a while in pious meditation to think of the things we did and did not do